No, your camera's not broken. It's Doug. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Side Dish, episode 273. Landon is here with me tonight. I thought I was going to be doing it.
Everybody.
That's amazing. I thought I was going to be doing it alone because Amy and Denise are out of town on a girls' wine trip, and Landon must have sensed in our telepathic friendship that I needed him, and so he texted me. I don't know, what was it, like almost 5 o'clock or something like that.
Probably,
What's going on? Are you doing Side Dish? And I was like, oh my God, you saved me, because I could do it. But anyways, here we are. It's the two of us. We're doing Strombolis. So I did a pizza party for one of the Jillian, who's the esports president, and some other people from the esports club who also graduated. They came and they, I made pizzas in the pizza oven, and I swear we are going to do an episode with the pizza oven, but because now that it's summer, at night it's beautiful. Like last night, it was ridiculous. It was like 65 degrees. The wind was just blowing just a teeny tiny bit, but it was really nice. So we made pizzas, and then I have all this stuff left over. In there. Hi, Aim. Yeah, 273 is wild. I can't, it's like, we're coming up, 6 years anniversary is next week. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we'll be in Portland for that. So there is an episode, but we will be in Portland. So 6-year anniversary, I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we'll find something cool to do. So what about we're also making Negroni Sbagliatos. I don't know, what is that, Sbagliato? It's with, instead of gin, we're using prosecco. It's gonna be good. Oh, I'm an okay guy. I do what I do. So, why is Stromboli and not pizza? Well, because if I'm going to do pizza, we're going to do it in the pizza oven. And we'll do all the things that go with pizza, like breadsticks, and like try and make that up. And we'll talk about the oven itself and how we do all that. It'll probably be a nicer show, but who knows? We'll see. Or longer show.
Question.
Yes, Landon.
Why Stromboli and not a calzone?
That's a great question. So I thought about doing a calzone, but the reason I didn't is because, again, I think the pizza oven makes a better dough. The way it cooks it, it's going to be, it'll cook faster, and B, it will cook more even, I think. So, yeah, the wind is blowing like crazy there. Are you back at the apartment now? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, though, is these are the meats we're going to use. We've got prosciutto, we've got various salamis, we've got pepperoni, and we have capicola, okay? And then I've got green and red bell peppers, mushrooms, red onions, a little bit of, just a little bit of Italian sausage left, and then grated mozzarella cheese. So, and this is, I made so much pizza sauce, but it's good. I made it bubbled on the stove for like 4.5 hours yesterday. It was amazing. So we're gonna do that. So let's get, we've got, can they see the timer? It's not ready to, can they see it?
Yeah.
I don't think, we won't have it ready until we put it in the oven.
I just don't know if it's blocking your head.
Oh. They can see it. Actually, you're going to want to turn that off because we're not doing it now. When it goes in the oven, you're going to turn that on.
How do I do it?
There's an eyeball next to it says timer badge. You're going to hit that. Perfect. Sorry, I forgot I turned that on. Okay. We're trying new stuff around here. Who knows? So we're going to get a little flour, and I got to go get my rolling pin. Well, I'll show you something on my way around to get the rolling pin too. It helps you to zoom in, but if you wanted to zoom in. We will be probably using the overhead while I do a little bit of the kneading and stuff. But if you wanted to zoom in on this camera, you can click on that 49% and it'll zoom in. And then to go back, you just click over here on that little thing right here and just go scale the window. And that goes back to normal.
Okay.
So it's been beautiful. I mean, man, it was warm last week, but it was really beautiful yesterday. I think it got to like 77 as a high. Holy moly, was it really nice. So I'm gonna stack our meats over here. I want this warm,
we have the meats.
I was gonna say, it's like Arby's. We do have the meats. We have so many meats. The one thing that the Stromboli, you would think is, I didn't know this, the sauce does not go in the Stromboli. The Stromboli is a meat and cheese and dough. So this is about 18 ounces. It should be about a pound, but I wasn't going to chop up. I had these in rounds, and I combined 3 of them to get the 18 ounces. So we're about 6 ounces each, or 173.9 grams, give or take. This is a homemade dough. It's a combination between a Neapolitan and like a New York pizza dough. So it's gonna get a crispy bottom and like gonna get the good rise but it's got a really good flavor because I did a 72-hour cold ferment in the refrigerator. So that is kind of what we got going on. So what we want to do, let me get the recipe out here. We want to go into a 10 to 15 inch rectangle. So I'm just going to go out this way to like 10 inches. Do you know what 10 inches is, Landon? I mean, I know what I've been told 10 inches is.
2 inches shy of a foot?
That's right. Exactly. You know what it is. What else it's been a pretty great week overall. I mean, I wasn't sick. With graduation, so like I just worked from home on Friday just because I didn't want to have to deal with all the traffic and all the stuff that's going on there, and kind of fun there. Yeah. Lane and I were just catching up, and it's been a few months since we've seen each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's one of those things where we all hibernate during the winter, and you lose. You're like, why don't I call people? You're like, because it's cold outside, and so.
I'm a bear.
I mean, I just, I love people, but I also just don't want to go outside sometimes.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get this dough. It's a little bit cold still. I took it out at 4, thinking it would be ready to go, but it's still a little cold. So you can see how it's giving a little bit of a guff here to get rolled out. And okay, these meats are giving me guff here. I don't want it. Sorry, meats. You got to go back in your home for now. Meats. Maybe I'll make some sandwich bread and we'll have Italian hoagies for dinner tomorrow. Woo! That's a hot idea, Doug. Super excited about that. As I mentioned last week, I've sort of been working on a really good hoagie roll recipe, and I think I got it down because they're pretty excellent. The only thing I want them to be more of is, right in the way, huh?
That'd be a little better, I think.
All right, let me do this. And then and then if you go to multicam there, Landon, it's gonna give you a viewpoint. Should show you the...
No. It shows a bunch of outlets.
Oh, why is it not the right one? Oh, I wonder why it hasn't moved over. Hold on one second, everybody. The source is weird. Give me one sec. Oh, I gotta go to the actual source. We are doing business because we know what we're doing. Bloop. Is it gonna work? Nope. Cool. Great job. Hey, okay. Give me one sec. I'm gonna unplug it and plug it back in. Bloop.
That's the first step.
Always. Somebody tells you otherwise, they don't know what they're talking about. This is what you tune in for. While I'm doing this, you should like and subscribe, and that will help me. Well, you can see what's happening. I'm trying to make it work, but we'll see if it happens.
I go back to Maine.
No, let me try it one time here and see if I can get it to come up. If not, we'll go back and just call it good.
Let's give everyone a topic to discuss at home.
Oh, ooh, that's a good tip. What have you been doing to get ready for spring and summer?
Yes.
For your outside, let's call it that even.
Yes.
Ah! We did it. Call. Boom. We go, okay. It's a weird angle. Yes, I know. I'm going to try and fix it, but yeah, but I've been working outside. I put some, so I on the back, I had these drip lines and they were not. First of all, yeah, I had an ice cream sandwich. I worked really hard yesterday and I deserve to have an ice cream sandwich. So yeah, that's what happened. And then I fell asleep in my chair yesterday after everybody went home.
Like, I haven't had an ice cream sandwich in years.
They're delicious.
I like the ones where the sandwich wafers are like crisp. They're not like soggy.
Ooh, I like you.
Well, that's how I prefer them.
Well, I mean, preference is always.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
You're not
throw
gonna
away.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know.
no. What kind of psycho are you? Yeah. You're not. All right, there we go. Look at that. Is the cable's out of the way now? So, this is not going to be perfect. This is just going to get to the point. We're probably there. Let's see. I have a kitchen ruler. That is, luckily, I mean, it's close enough for the girls I know, as my dad would say. Yeah. I am going to roll down a little bit because there's some thin spots and that will help distribute this dough that's up at top a little bit. Okay, so Stromboli rolled out. Next, we are going to layer the meats. And we are going to layer, how are we going to layer the meats here? Are we going to go this way? Heaviest meats first so they don't slide. Let's take a guess. What do you think the heaviest of the meats is? I think it's the salami. I'm going to go long side. That's what I'm going to do. Because we're going to cut it into like almost like, this is like a kind of a meat cinnamon roll. So I'm going to go.
I just thought of Better Call Saul when you said that.
I don't know if I know that. I haven't watched all of it, so.
Well, he worked at the Cinnabon.
Oh, that's right. That's right. He did work at the Cinnabon. Oh, man.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler. I mean, really? I don't think it is.
You haven't watched it at this point. It's your own fault.
Sure. I mean, listen. And I got, like I said, I got different. Here's like a peppery one, so we'll throw that in there. Let's see. Salami, pepperoni, capicola, prosciutto. That's what the recommendation is, but we're gonna do what we do. How is everyone? I hope you're well out there. Did you like the video? Because that's a good idea. We haven't got any new likes, and I know, or not new likes. We haven't got any new subscriptions, and I know there's a lot of you out there who are watching this or will watch this that are not subscribed. So help nice people out. I hope that this is the way it's supposed to be, because I think you're supposed to do it, and then there's another layer of this, and then another layer. I don't know. You don't watch this show to watch me be prepared.
I always like to say, there's only one way to figure out for sure.
That's right, just by doing it. You know what? That's why I like you, Landon.
Thank you.
What did you have for dinner tonight, my love, or have you eaten?
I haven't eaten.
Ha ha! Zing!
I had a big lunch, so.
I had a leftover. I made when I'm making pizzas for everybody, I have a tendency not to eat when I should, and so I ate later. So I made myself a sausage and mushroom and red onion pizza. It was delicious. And yeah, we go with some capicola here.
Gabagool.
Gabagool. One time, a long time ago, Amy and Denise and I think Amy's mom went to this movie. It was like, I don't know, it's called Wise Guys or something like that. And and the movie was fine. It was just a weird movie. It was about like young like Italians who were like a gang tough guys. And at some point, Amy, I don't remember what I said, but
I was kind of thinking what Amy's saying.
I'm just,
I'm no expert. I didn't want to say anything.
Well, I'm just saying exactly what it's telling me to do. It says you got to do it one layer because then it. Okay, all right, whatever. I got to move it over anyways. I'll follow what you say. How about that? Because I also not unsure of this, but I'm also not sure of it. How about that? And again, there is no sauce, so this is totally fine that it looks like this. It only takes 25 minutes to bake. That's the nice part. So, okay. Leave 1 inch border on all sides, 2 inches on the long edge, which I would call that good. I'll call this good because I think you don't want everything popping out. We don't want a early 2000s starlet, accident. I like that it says the heaviest meats first. So now we'll do a little layer of, because we got to do veg. There's different layers, everyone.
You need your fiber.
Yeah, well, the older you get, you definitely need your fiber. You can get that in a number of different ways, but I recommend.
Do we put onion in this too? Or?
There's a little red onion, yeah, a little red, and some mushroom. I'm not going to go too heavy on this H layer. And then we got some mushrooms. You're not going to get too many layers out of this. I mean, it's only 10 inches wide, so.
I feel like just one more.
Yeah, and then it's cheese. It's going to be great, though. I can tell you already. I can feel it. I got a lot of noises over here. I got bubbling from the dishwasher. I got bubbling from the sauce. Let's see what else. Do you know the origin of the Stromboli, Landon?
No.
Interesting. I'll give you a little hungry history here. So
please do. I always like to learn new things.
So this is it comes basically based on a kind of a movies from the 50s. With Ingrid Bergman, and it takes place on the island of Stromboli, which is near Sicily, and so it's a volcano, like apparently plenty of those in Italy, Pompeii. I'm looking at you, and yeah, so the film was a cultural event that was there, and it. Partly because it was a movie that was on this small island, but also partly because it was a Rossellini, who's an Italian filmmaker, very famous, partnered with Ingrid Bergman a lot, and so that was a big thing. But their affair that they had, dominated as the scandal. So we're gonna roll this now. Ready? Make sure I have this. Roll, fold the short edges in. Oh, I think this, maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe that's why we have all the meats, is because we only roll it once. Let's see. That's why. We're just gonna throw these on top, because why not? Bloop. We can do whatever we want, right, Landon?
Yeah.
We're the kings of our own castle.
We can.
This is gonna be good. I'm looking forward to it. Anyways. So yeah, that was a big thing. So the affair kind of brought, and then, that was the name Stromboli was then known because of that big scandal of the two affair. And then in Philadelphia, which is why this is the other Philadelphia sandwich that is not the cheesesteak, there was like some controversy over when this was created in the 50s and who did it. So again, like Ray's Pizza or something like that in New York City, there was like three probably, they think at least three places kind of came up with the same style of thing. And that is where a lot of this, like, they argue over where the Stromboli. Some people think that in Trenton, New Jersey, it started there, but realistically, it doesn't really matter where it started. I mean, to them it probably does, but to us, it's going to be delicious.
Yes.
So I'm gonna roll like this over the sides. Bloop. Now, we are going to, this is gonna be very interesting. I'm gonna pull a little bit, roll, and roll. And then I'm gonna tuck everything. I'm gonna try and pull this back to the middle so we can see. And if it's that, I'm gonna tuck the sides here. Again, you're like, isn't this calzone? No, calzone is in a half moon shape. This is a rolled log, okay? So I have my oven. I'm just gonna leave the bottom kind of not open, but like not pinched in. I just want this kind of enclosed like this, okay? Then I'm gonna get myself an egg out of the oven here, or not the oven, the refrigerator. We're gonna add a few things to it and then top it all off. So let's get a bowl. This is just an normal egg wash. It's gonna help it get some color to it, but also adhere the Italian seasonings that we're gonna add on the top, plus a little garlic powder as well. Has anybody, have you ever made a Stromboli before?
No, I never have.
Oh.
I don't know that I've eaten one, actually.
I'm not, the thing is, shout out, speaking of people eating Strombolis, my nephew Corvin, this is his favorite food apparently.
Really?
That's what his mother tells me at least. So I've got, what do I got here? I thought I had some Italian seasoning to it. I need a little garlic powder.
Amy texted me a little suggestion picture.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
What's it look like? Yeah. I mean, that's probably, is that what you're supposed to do? Well. Whatever. This is not very, the instructions on this recipe weren't very good. It's fine. We've already rolled it up.
Yes.
I mean, I could make another one. I have plenty of dough if I really wanted to make another one, so. And we have plenty of meats and vegetables. I don't have all the Italian seasonings dried. I have some fresh basil, so I'm gonna add that in here. But I have just some oregano, which is, garlic powder. You could use granulated garlic, but it's not gonna disappear in the eggs as much. So, again, don't overthink it. And then, here we go. I bought these little these little basils, which are kind of cute, so clip them off. I'll plant these outside. So hopefully they do their thing. Pizza Barn's hot sack. Okay, first of all, no. Pizza Barn, no. That's just, come on. They know what they're doing. Hot sack.
I don't know what Pizza Barn's hot sack is.
I don't know what it is. I know what the insinuation of a hot sack is. It's like a sleeping bag. I don't know where your head was. Yeah, and then, so like I said, a calzone is folded. This is rolled. That's another big difference between that. And the shape is, often moon-shaped or half-moon shaped. Almost like a bigger, it's kind of like a giant empanada in a way. I know how to do camera work. While I mix this off to the side like a dum-dum. I do have an excuse. Even though I did get to sleep in today, people didn't leave here. The last people left here at midnight last night. So like I said, I sat down on the couch and I was like, or on the chair, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch something on YouTube. And then I woke up in a panic at 2 a.m. like, oh my God, because I heard the dog barked or something happened. I don't know. Anyways, everybody was asleep. Pim was sleeping on Amy's chair, like passed out. Oliver was sleeping on my feet. So, oh yeah, that's gonna be good, Landon. Look at that. How's it going to be bad, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, now we have to get this. Hi, Ping. I thought you were going to come. I'm so happy
I was wondering.
Here.
Yeah.
So now we have to get it on here. I do have this long spatula, so we're going to. I hope it's delicious. Uh-oh, here we go. Ready? Here we go. Boom.
Let's let the folks at home see.
Why did I even stress about that? I don't even know. Okay.
Perfect.
Parchment paper, 400 degrees. This is, now we have to have, I gotta cut, you gotta have some venting. Diagonal vents.
And it'll look cool.
It will look cool. And you know what we're about here on Side Dish? Looking cool. I mean, look at me. Yeah, my mom says I'm cool, so. I'm really excited. All right, 400
and through
degrees.
The magic of television.
So now, if you go and you click on the little eye next to the timer badge, Landon, it should bring up our 25-minute countdown for the Stromboli.
Okay, yes.
Look at us knowing what's up. I'm going to turn this away, and then you can switch back to the big screen. And let's make a cocktail. Okay, now I am not claiming.
Can I move the timer so it doesn't chop your head off?
Maybe I can help you with that. I think we can do that.
Like if we can move it over there.
Yes, we can.
Good.
Cool. All right. Yes.
I think that's better.
Okay. I honestly, I don't like Negronis. Amy and I tried to make Negronis, I think, on this show, and they were not good. I know our friend Lena loves, I think it loves the Negroni or Aperol Spritz, one of the two. Maybe he loves both. I don't know. I can't remember. I know it's one of them. But you want to use, you got Prosecco. So basically the difference between a Sbagliato and a regular Negroni is the fact that you are using Prosecco instead of gin. So Prosecco is going to be a little sweeter. So hopefully that helps. I don't know. So Mazel tov. All right, I got to get a couple of glasses and some ice, and then we are ready to go. Now, I already told Landon, if we do not like this, we will not drink it, and we will make old fashions or Manhattans or whatever we want.
You got me with Manhattan.
That's what I thought. I thought you would be in, and then I'll just, I could just drink the prosecco to get something.
Yeah.
But, of course, I want to get some more. Fairly chunky, big ice. A bourbon drink. Or a whiskey drink. The songs that remind me of the good times. And even the songs that remind me of the bad times. Oh, Daddy boy.
I ever since day one, I have always hated that song. I just thought it was always so.
You know what's
such a
funny?
dumb song.
It is a song that you would hate.
Yeah, well, yes. Shows how well you know me.
A Seal Bock, a bourbon drink. Oh, it's a Manhattan with champagne.
Oh.
Well, maybe we just try that.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's stopping us?
this is the best part about being an adult. You can do whatever you want. Nobody tells you can't have ice cream in the morning. And how do I know that? Because I ate an ice cream sandwich at 10 a.m. Okay? I was outside. I worked outside. It was hot. And I came inside and I said, you know what would be refreshing?
Yes.
First of all, a glass of water. And second of all, oh yeah, ice cream sandwich. So that's what I did. So, Campari. This bitter. Mrs. Hawks uses sparkling water. Okay. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm with you. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a double batch, and we'll just pour them off here. So let's go with, so usually it's 1 ounce of Campari. Actually, I'm just going to make both, or one. So let's just do it. That is very red. 1 ounce of our friend the sweet vermouth, which is also a little bit red in color. And then we are going to pour that over, and then we're going to top it. Yeah, I'm just going to pour it with my heart. That's pretty good. That's about 3 ounces. I had a spoon. There it is.
I moved it.
Thank you, Landon. Now, you do not want to stir this too much because you do not want the bubbles to sort of dissipate or lose that carbonation. So, I don't know. Again, Landon, I have no idea if this will be any good, but if it isn't, you let me know and we'll just try again. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this orange peel. Don't do that. Don't cut yourself. All right. We're going to express it, which is just you're going to squeeze it until the orange oils come out, and I could see that it did that, and then you just kind of add that guy in there. It's going to give it a little orangey, nice flavor. We'll give it just a little bit of another thing here, and you can, if it needs more prosecco, I'm happy to give you more prosecco.
Okay.
Okay. Is it bitter?
It's pretty bitter.
That's what Campari gets you.
Yeah, it is pretty bitter.
That's why I don't like it. I mean, I'm going to have it, and I'm going to also, because I would never give you something I wouldn't drink myself, but there's really nothing, the sweet vermouth is not sweet enough to, I think, offset.
Yeah, it's not like it's undrinkable or
Right.
anything, but it's definitely a bitter drink.
Okay, well, we tried, right?
prosecco.
You take that and you get yourself whatever you want out of there. That's what life is about.
Yeah.
Just if you pour enough prosecco in there, Landon, it's not gonna matter. It's just gonna taste like, prosecco and sweet vermouth, and the Campari is just gonna be like. Better with.
I think
Maybe I probably didn't give you enough.
Maybe, but actually, a little bit extra prosecco.
Yeah.
It's balances out a little
Okay.
bit.
Okay. Yeah. So pour prosecco with your heart, or take a taste. If you don't like the 3 ounces, go a little bit harder.
Yeah. I think that's a good call.
Throw that in there. Give it a drink. Let's see if I have the same. Because I did heavier pour on the prosecco for me. I'm pleasantly surprised by that.
Chin chin.
Chin chin. I'll tell you what, okay. The prosecco is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. Like, it offsets the bitterness. The bitterness is on the back instead of on the front. Whereas a Negroni, I think, and maybe I just need to put more gin in a Negroni, but if you make it the way you're supposed to, no thank you. But, so now we express it. I'm gonna go there. But I think it's good. I think if I wanted a hot day in the summer, like this would be pretty good. Mm-hmm. But if you don't like Campari or sweet vermouth, just have the prosecco, I guess.
I've always wondered, is Campari and Aperol kind of interchangeable?
They're both.
They're like both bitter red.
Yeah, yes.
From Italy.
I sit on a throne of lies that I like it. No, I will say. How about this? It's not the worst drink we've ever made on this show. Matter of fact, it's actually it's pretty refreshing. But I wouldn't order one of these. I wouldn't make this a thing that I would have. You know what is not a smart idea? Is leaving a metal spoon and a container of boiling liquid. It wasn't hot enough that it burned me, but it was more like, what are you doing? So, we got about 16 minutes to go. So, let's talk about some science here. We have the big thing here. I got a couple other things here. So, the Stromboli exists everywhere in America, but remains deeply rooted in Philadelphia to New Jersey corridor. Come on, Doug. So dumb. Pizza shops in that region still treat it as a signature item, not an afterthought. The filling varies wildly. Some are all meat, some have all vegetables. Some do have sauce in them, but purists say that's a no-no. But the consistent is there's a rolled in pizza dough, sliced into rounds to serve, and marinara on the side. All right, science. Let's. I cut the slits in the top because they needed to vent in there because it will steam too much. And so we want to let some of that steam out because we have wet vegetables, we have wet meat.
You don't want wet dough.
We did not. We want it to rise. We want it to get crispy on the outside. The egg wash is going to do a lot of heavy lifting with that as well. But that's why you want to have that doing that. It's gonna, and as steam expands. So when you bake bread, you want steam. Steam helps it rise more because the yeast has already done most of its work. So the gluten network is formed, and steam puffs that up. That's where you get a good crumb from, okay? But we don't want that here because it's like 1 gram of water at boiling at 212, it becomes 1,700 milliliters of steam. That's crazy. That's a crazy conversion. I didn't even know that. And then if it's inside a completely sealed Stromboli that has nowhere to go, it's gonna puff that thing up, and you're just basically gonna have a loose web of like, the dough will puff, it will harden on the outside of the shell and just like, it'll just have a loose roll. It won't do as what you want it to do. So you just kind of want to make sure that it releases the steam. It's also going to allow it to cook pretty evenly because again, we rolled dough in the middle of it too. So you want that to be able to do its thing. They also allow the interior to dry slightly as it cooks. And it prevents a soggy middle. We know we don't like soggy bottoms. Soggy middles, apparently, we don't like either. And then 3, it lets you peek inside during the baking process to gauge doneness. I mean, I think you could use just a thermometer to do that. Though I do not know where my instant read thermometer has made its way. Amy, do you know where my instant read thermometer is? It's the orange lollipop looking thing. If not, that's fine.
The laser one?
No, the laser one I have in here. This is like...
I love the laser thermometer.
They're the best. They're really are.
It's like, because sometimes you don't know how hot the pan is.
And
you just shoot the laser on it, and then you know.
It's 100% true, Landon, and I like where your head's at. It's also...
I use it all the time.
It's a multitasker, because again, I use it for the pizza oven to gauge the dome temperature. So where the temperature is the hottest, convection that's coming off the walls, and the surface temperature of the floor, which is going to allow me to know if I'm at like 600 degrees floor temperature, when I put the dough in there and it hits it, it's going to instantly sort of cook it, which is what we want, so that the rest can then come up slightly. Yeah. Also, the diagonal cuts across the top distribute the stress better. If you did it the vertical or horizontal, they align with like the spirals sometimes, or that just is that.
And it wouldn't look as good.
No, you know what? Sometimes you want to have it cool. Let's see, what else do we have here? Okay.
You know, I like this cocktail done.
You do?
Yeah.
Which is surprising. Is it more the more you drink it, the better you like it? Do you think?
It's different than just like straight prosecco.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it has a little bit more flavor to it, more interest to it.
Well, I would tell you that I think 3 to 4 ounces of prosecco, again, doing the heavy lifting, but it is layered. There's the kind of the what is so Aperol and Negroni are a certain, maybe it says it on here. Amaro, they're made from Amaro.
Really?
I believe that's correct.
What is that?
Amaro is a root, if I understand it correctly.
You know what's funny? Is when some people say root.
Root.
Or some people say warsh.
So there's a gal we watch. Her name is Tia Weston, and she's from North or South Dakota. I can't remember. Maybe Amy will remember. But she has a YouTube channel where she bought a house for $1, and then her and her dad redid it, and that's the house she lived in. And then she bought an abandoned house, and has been redoing it. But when she sort of does that, when her R's disappear, so whirl or the coral, things like that. It's like it's an interesting accent that I don't really know where it comes from. Yeah. I would say. So we have to rest this when it comes out of the oven. If we do not rest this when it comes out of the oven, the cheese is liquid. It's like molten liquid. If we cut it open, it's just going to go everywhere. We don't want that. No. We need the cheese to cool down to coagulate back together and hold things together. So when
not like all the way, but
no,
just
but
a little bit.
We want the stretch, obviously, but we do want if we were to cut it when it was hot, and we open that thing up, what's going to happen, Landon? The cheese is just going to melt out.
It'll be, as they said in This Is Spinal Tap, a complete catastrophe.
I mean, who can argue with that? I mean, they said it best. Yes. And we don't want that. So we want to let it rest for at least 5 minutes. We've got about 8:50 to go, as you can see. And then what is it? Oh, why are we using low-fat mozzarella? Why do you think, Landon?
Because
Low moisture.
Yeah, because it would just be introducing too much moisture into the equation otherwise.
Two things happened last night.
Those vents can only vent so much.
But, so this is mozzarella that is not low moisture. It's got quite a bit of moisture in it, actually. And I was making a lot of margarita pizzas last night because Jillian requested margarita pizzas, and they went like hotcakes. And as you know, margarita pizza is literally dough, sauce, cheese, and basil. Deliciousness.
Yes.
You know, if you have quality ingredients, it's going to taste good. But one thing I noticed when I was using, the first few I made, I only used the higher moisture mozzarella. And the cheese melted, and it was too liquidy when it would come off, even if you let it cool. When I added a layer of lower moisture mozzarella and then added the higher moisture on top of it, the mixture of the two, you sort of had the low moisture melt, and that formed a protective layer that didn't over moisturize the sauce, which caused it to run, which is what we saw. So, like I said, low moisture, less soggy in the middle, all the things that happen. So the little vents, they're doing a lot of work.
Yes.
You know, they're pressure relief, moisture control, and giving you a window, a check into doneness. And 5-minute rest is not negotiable. Please don't rush it. We've had plenty of things where we've pulled it out of the oven. Yes, watching me eat something that is pulled out of the oven and is super hot is very entertaining. But in this case, you want to make sure that you don't do it. One thing that I do want to talk about too is marinara, okay? So I made it yesterday. I made it with basically 3/4 of a cup of base, 3/4 of a cup of olive oil, 16 cloves of garlic that were minced and then added to that, and then I added in oregano and fennel, which I didn't really know was a good you would add, and it turned out the flavor of this is really good. But I bloomed it and then added in tomato paste and put that down. So I don't know if I think we've done marinara, but pizza sauce is a little different because what we really want out of this is a pizza sauce. I want it to have like body, coat the back of a spoon body. So you caramelize the tomato paste when you put it in there. And then on top of that, I just had some fire roasted crushed tomatoes that 4 28-ounce cans, threw that on top of it. And then added salt, sugar, and then we have been saving, yes, Philly sandwich indeed. Hello, thank you for watching. But anyway, so that sat, and then we had 2 Parmesan rinds that we've been saving because I had seen them basically be used in other things. So, and this recipe that I had called for them if we had them, and we happened to have them, so I threw them in there. That was an interesting thing because the rinds themselves, you know, they're hard, but the 4 hours and 40 minutes of this like cooked down, they softened up and absorbed a lot of liquid.
Huh.
But they also gave a lot of flavor back to the sauce itself. The other thing that I did is I had, a big handful of fresh basil, and I ripped that, and I ripped it instead of cutting it because the ripping bruises it, the oils come out. Landon knows what I'm talking about. He's over there nodding his head like, I know this, why are you telling me this? And I'm like,
I'm like, I just love to hear it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
So I have made pizza salsa before. Sometimes it's a pain in the ass, to be perfectly honest with you, because like you don't get the right consistency. You don't get it to the place where like it coats or it's too watery. If you have a too watery of a pizza sauce, or it causes the pizza dough to be too wet, which then causes it to not caramelize correctly on the bottom when it's cooking. It just is kind of a mess. And it also makes it harder to slide into the oven. So Yeah, so then we just kind of, once I had that done, one thing I was looking for, again, I coated the back of a wooden spoon. I tasted it. I added 2 teaspoons of balsamic vinegar for a little of the vinegar taste, but not the acidity is there, but it's more of the richness of the balsamic vinegar. And then I tasted it to see if it needed anything. So we'd already salted it before we tasted it, salted it, put some sugar in it. The sugar helps balance the acidity. The salt was fine, but the sharpness of the acidity in it, because we had reduced the volume down, was pretty high. So I put about 1 tablespoon of brown sugar in there and a teaspoon of white sugar just to kind of balance it out. I like using brown sugar instead of just all white sugar because it's got molasses in it, and that molasses adds a fuller caramelized flavoring. So just a little tip, and that's kind of what you get out of it. And then, yeah, I did that. It was really, really, really good. I'm really glad. I have basically 3 of these. I have actually 2 of these, 2 in the freezer, and then what is in here left over. So I'll probably, if I make my hoagie rolls, I'll probably keep what's remainder of what we don't use tonight, and I'll make meatball subs again. Because let me tell you, I made them and they were so good. And then we can throw some of this other ingredients on top to make it really good. You know, so if you haven't joined our Discord, you can see it in the, it's in the description below. You take the time to like and subscribe if you haven't. I really appreciate people who do that. I don't know. We just keep doing this, but it does, if people see it, I really like that. So more people see it, that's good. Yeah. The flavor of this, here, let me get a spoon and I'll describe it for you. I thought it might be too, when I first tasted it, before I put the brown sugar in there, I thought it might be too, salty. Because again, the Parmesan rinds they add a little saltiness to it. But that wasn't the case. That was perfect. But I went like this. That's acidic. So I added more sugar. And it's really balanced. It's really flavorful because the cooking down just concentrated all those flavors. So yeah, I don't know. We have about 1 minute to go. Does anybody have any, Andrea wants a meatball sub? Well, I mean, everybody wants a meatball sub. And if I'm making them, you definitely want them.
Yeah.
Should we do a sandwich series?
Maybe we should.
I mean, I love sandwiches. Put in the comments, or let us know if you want us to do a sandwich series. I think that would be a good idea. We can do banh mi sandwiches. We can do a
Reuben.
We could do a hell of a Reuben. I have a brisket sitting in my freezer that I'm going to make into corned beef or pastrami, one of the two. I can't decide. I mean, I can start with a corned beef and actually make it into a Reuben if I really wanted to. So, yes.
Is the pastrami the favorite of your cured meats, just like George Costanza?
I mean, the problem is that I think there might be too many cured meats for me to decide. The pastrami is very good, but I mean, I'm over here just eating little bits of pepperoni at the same time, and I do let me just be honest with you. I like food. I like good food.
Good one, Amy. Tuna melt.
Yeah. I think we're doing a sandwich series.
Okay, it's decided.
I think we're doing it. Yes, we're doing it. So, I love making sandwiches. Sandwiches for me, the other day, in my quest to make a good hoagie roll, I made a bunch of rolls, and Waldorf chicken salad sandwich. But I made, people came over, Randy and Sarah, and I think a few other people came over, and I made sandwiches for everybody. I just made deli sandwiches. And the reason I did that is because I got that meat slicer, That's the other thing I want to do is because I want to show off my meat slicing there. So, I'm gonna put this in there. It's gonna be hot, but I don't want it to burn your face off, Landon. So, giving you a little, reprieve from hotness. Liver, get the hell out of here.
Oh wait, time's up.
Oh, where were you guys?
Yeah.
You can't expect Landon and I to be responsible.
We've got a lot of things on our agenda
Yeah,
here.
come on. Let's take a look at this.
Oh, would you look at that?
We got some stuff coming out, I think. I don't know.
Ooh.
Let's take
Friends at home, what do you think?
I'm gonna pull this and I'm gonna put it here and I'm gonna just text you.
Is that a new kitty?
Oh yeah, that's Pim. Have you not met Pim?
No, I have not. It's been that long.
This is Pim. I'll show the whole world because then Amy can see. This is Pim. He is a hairy potato.
He sure is.
He is. Why are you being so, ow. Why are you being weird, dude? Anyways, he's only supposed to be max of 8 pounds, but I think he might be more than 8 pounds. It's probably because he gets wet food and then he eats other food on top of it. So let's make sure that we know what's going on with this as we pull it out of the oven here. Okay? Should be an internal of 100 or 200 degrees. This is why having an actual thermometer that I can stuff into it would be helpful.
What do you think of the look of it there?
I don't know. Maybe this side looks dark enough, but like, here.
Seems like it looks like it could stand more time.
I think so, but that's... What do you guys think? I wish I knew where my thermometer was.
Friends at home, what do you guys think?
I'm trying to look to see if it's anywhere in a weird spot.
Amy says wash your hands.
Wash my hands. What? Oh yeah, because I touched Pim. Thank you. All right. Well, I don't know where it ended up, but
what do you think about the apparent doneness of it, Amy, by looking at it?
I think it could go
a bit longer. Is what Amy
I think 5 more minutes.
Yeah.
All
Just
right.
for the record, Doug is washing his hands.
That is a true statement. Okay.
I'm gonna zoom out here.
Yeah, I agree. Everybody. Again, this is why we use our eyes.
Yeah.
We use our eyes.
Ping agrees.
We're going in. Okay, I'm going to turn this off.
So I'm going to make the timer go away.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to keep it in our brains.
Yeah.
Can we ask Claude to make sure we don't forget?
No, we're going to ask Ping to make sure we don't forget.
Ping, are you up for the job?
Yeah, Ping. Oh, Ping is always up for the job, making sure I know what's going on. Okay. So, yeah. I don't know. I've got a bunch more pizza dough. I may freeze it, which you can do. And then, but maybe I'll just use it this week and make other things. It's in the refrigerator, so it's just cold going to stay in there and cold ferment. But I think I should use it within at least 2 more days so it doesn't get weird. I bought these ferment boxes specifically for dough.
It looks like I've seen in pizza place.
Yeah, this is exactly. So I made the balls and then I stacked them in here. There were 12 in here and 12 in the other one. I had 24. And then I cooked about half for the pizzas. That's what I made last night. It's 12 about 8-inch pizzas. They were very popular. So this the cocktail is good.
Yeah.
I'm actually, you know what? I'm a fan.
Yeah, I am too, actually.
I'd throw a Negroni against the wall, but I'll drink this. It's pretty good. Jack, what are you doing in the kitchen, bud? Oh, nothing. Good. They got a lot of extra, like some cured meats yesterday when people weren't looking, because there were other dogs here, and so I just kind of kept them on the side just to keep them from having to bark for 4. And then they came out a little later, and they were much better. But it was like a lot of barking at the beginning because of Blue just loves to bark at people. He doesn't bark at Landon. He barked at him when he opened the door, and that was it. Him and Olga, the 2 people he likes more than anybody. And he puts up with us. So, anyways, what else we got? Let's see what else we got here. Do you guys make your own pizza sauce or make your own marinara at home? Do you do a lot of cooking in your apartment?
No, I don't.
Okay. I was wondering because
it's not like I'm doing takeout.
Sure.
You know what I do a lot? I'll do those pasta things from Trader Joe's where you heat them up.
Yeah.
And I add some little chicken to it.
Sure. Well, I mean,
I'll do that.
if you're
I'll make
cooking
a
for yourself,
vegetable.
it kind of makes it it's easier that way.
Yeah.
Rusty wants you to know that she's enjoying you. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. What else is trying to think. Oh, I was going to say, I talked about this before, but you can, there's the film Stromboli from 1950. It's a Bergman and Rossellini venture. You could watch it. I wouldn't. It's not a thing. And then there's a book that I am looking at getting. It's called The Donut: History and Recipes and Lore from Boston to Berlin. So it's about lore of food. I have the science books. So I've had Harold McGee's The Science of Cooking and other things, but I think that I'm interested in that. So, I love finding out that these books exist, and I'm going to read that. How many books do you read regularly?
A little bit here and there. I'm not a huge book reader, but if there's a few that, pop up that seem to be worth reading.
I've read 12 books this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I read, so I've read a bunch of things that I'm interested in, and then these not novellas, they're regular books, but they're series books. There was that movie, The Gray Man, that's based on a bunch of books, the Gray Man series by Mark Greary is his name. And anyways, I've read 5 of those in the last 2 months, and so, they're much the same as a Jack Reacher book, where they're pretty much the same plot line, except it's one guy who is extraordinarily good at kicking ass, and other skill sets that one human being over a lifetime would probably take 100 years to learn. But they're fun to read because again, they're kind of brainless, but at the same time you're yeah, these people have their own moral codes and they take down people that are bad to other people, and I'm yeah, that's sometimes you need an outlet.
Yeah.
Or I might have to become a vigilante, and I don't want to do that. So, let's take a look. What do you think, Landon?
Let's take a look.
Okay, we got a little more darkness on it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're gonna take her out. I think there's the good thud, thud check. I don't know if that's an official
Could our friends at home hear that?
I don't know. Let me. I'm gonna bring it closer, and then you can. I like the color of it. It is oozing out the slits, which is what we want. So we're gonna, again, we got 5 more minutes because we need to let this sit for 5 minutes. But I'm just gonna do this fun move to show you that it is hot as hell, and also that it is holds up. So I think we're good in terms of it being cooked. Yeah, exactly. We have 5 senses. Use them all. I'm not sure if we could hear if it was done. But you kind of can. When I bake bread, when you take it out of the oven, if it's like a crusty bread, you can listen to it and you can hear if it's really crusty on the outside. You can hear the crackling of it as it condenses, as it cools. So that's I guess you can hear it, but it smells ridiculous. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to it. Up, Landon. Oh, you got it. You can read. See? This show, okay, I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, as we come upon 6 years next week, this show probably wouldn't keep going if this was not a team effort. So thanks for continuing to stick around for what is crazy 6 years. That's weird. Can you believe COVID was 6 years ago? That's a weird thing to think about. It seems like it was just like last year.
It's a strange time.
That's an understatement, my friend. We were talking about all the crazy things in the world before we started streaming. So, okay. Do I have any other things? You got anything you want to talk about? You want to ask me some questions? Anybody in the chat want to ask me some questions?
I'm trying to find the thumbs up emoji.
Here's what we're gonna do.
There
actually,
it goes.
Landon. We're gonna help ourselves here.
Boom.
Boom. Ready? Ready? We're gonna do that. That way, the heat sink of the actual metal pan, keeping the heat in there, will be less, and it will help cool a little bit.
Yep.
One thing I can already see, we can look with our eyes, right? So we can see the cheese on the top. I'm
gonna zoom in here a bit.
Yeah, let me see if I can give you a little bit better view here. The couple of things. The cheese has solidified a little bit already. And so I don't feel like it will ooze out, but I'm very interested in this. And again, here's the deal. First time making it, we're going to get better each time we make this. One of the things that, when I was talking to the graduates and their significant others or their parents or whatever last night, first of all, they were all very appreciative of me hosting, but one of the students, significant others, he's in med school, and he was like, what's like one thing that you would purchase if you were just starting out getting kitchen accoutrement? What would you buy that would make your cooking better? Or one thing that you would buy? Crate and barrel. No, that's not true. It's not crate and barrel. It's something, I'm going to have to look it up. I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head. It has the logo, but I'd have to look. It probably has a tag. But anyways, I will look it up and let you know, Rusty. It does not, I don't think it has a soggy bottom. Oh, it does not. No soggy bottoms around this part. But I told them, spend money on a good knife.
Yeah.
At least a couple $100.
That's what I was thinking.
It will, oh, well, thank you very much. Look, this is nice to get all this audience participation today. Usually we have pretty good audience participation. So I just said, get a knife, and then you want to treat that knife really well. You want to make sure that you clean it properly, that you're looking to make sure you're sharpening it regularly. I told them to buy an actual knife sharpener. You can get a honing blade, and those are great. But like the honing blade just, the edge, you have an edge in a knife, it just turns over. The honing blade just sharpens that back up. So a knife might not be dull, but if you have a honing blade, you can get it back to center and it's going to be sharp again. It's metal. It will keep an edge for a very long time if you take care of it. So plastic things, well, listen, what do you want from me? Are you with Ed right now? Hi, Ed, if you're there.
It's not hot, though.
It's not hot, but you're right. You probably shouldn't. I think that are we making things up right now? I believe that this is a made-up thing that Amy is saying on behalf of other people. I know
Ping agrees.
I know that Ed is a human being, and I know that Mary Louise is a human being. But I don't know that they are where they are right now. that they would be making a comment. I think, what do we think? That's been 5 minutes-ish, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You want a sharp knife. I'm going to start at the end because that's going to be more containing. So if they are there, I'm very happy to show them. Okay, so let's take a look.
Hold on.
Next time, we're going to do what Amy suggested. And we're going to lay everything out in a single layer across the entire thing. Okay? I can't prove they're not, but I have a good indication that they're probably not, considering it's 8:10 p.m. and I know that that place closes and they're not in the apartment with you. If they are, wow, what a party you're having. So that is one thing I'm going to cut here. I'm going to give you we'll get, again, this is very, kind of give it a, there you go. That's a little bit of a better bite because it's not the end. But like I said, Amy pointed out and sent to Landon a picture where you spread the meats out over the entire piece. And then when you roll it up, it's like every layer, there's a meat, bread, meat, bread, meat, bread, meat, bread. We did not do that. We're going to do, like, I have enough of that. I can make one tomorrow and then I'll tell you how it goes. I might even heat the pizza oven up and throw it in there. What do you think about that? Okay. But the real question is, Landon, how does it taste?
Yeah.
So that's the next step here. We're just going to get some things. What are you thinking? How are you thinking it's going to taste?
Delicious.
I mean, how could it not?
Yeah.
I mean, look at it. Fresh ingredients, homemade ingredients. So that's one thing is I have more time as the, I want to,
Thank you.
let me give you your, there you go.
Jack, this is not food for dogs.
You know what? You heard it here first. Not food for dogs. All right. So Stromboli is not a side dish. It is something that you would bring and you cut up. It is a party food. So I'm gonna just take a dipper here, and then I'm gonna take a bite.
Still pretty hot.
It is very hot, but you didn't come here to not watch me eat something hot. So. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. That's a winner.
Yeah. That's pretty tasty.
It is cooked very well. The vegetables have tooth to them, so they have a little crunch when you bite into them. The meat is obviously stacked, so you get, I think you get a variety of the meat flavors throughout. You get the spiciness, the pepperoni, and the salami is like more umami. And then I would say the prosciutto kind of gets lost in it, maybe, but it's good. I'm gonna have another bite because you know what? As Amy said, nobody tells me how to get a time.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's really good. The
crunch is good.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, this is a huge success.
The dough's not soggy at all. It's got a nice.
No, I was afraid. Okay, just by looking at this, I was afraid the bottom part because we didn't layer it correctly. Usually, it wants to look almost kind of pinwheelish. I was worried that was going to cause this bottom to be dense and maybe undercooked. But it's really not. It's quite excellent. So, all right, I'm gonna have this last bite, and then we're gonna sign off, and Landon and I are gonna eat the rest of this and have more drinks. So, All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. Every week it really means just so much to me that you come and hang out for this hour and a half that we do this. Again, like this video, please tell your friends about us. We have 272 other videos out there that of varying degrees of coolness. Please watch those if you haven't watched those, and join our Discord. That's a really big one. It's not super active, but the more people that get in there, the more active it is. We do post the recipes in there pretty much as soon as we can. And remember, I don't have a full drink, so I'll just drink this. Remember to be kind and to be loyal. Give grace where you can. We'll see you next week. Do something nice for people. We love you very, very much. I mean, that's it. Bye-bye. Then you're going to...
Outro?
Yeah, do outro. And you're going to do the 2 mutes and then let that go. Okay, bye.
Is this right?
I don't know.